Hi, good morning. I just laughed out loud because I'm going to talk to you about this chapter. I hope you're well, by the way. I'll talk to you about a chapter in The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall, and it's about the sun. It's called The Sun, a Universal Deity. Starts on page 92. Now, I read the entire chapter. It took me almost 2 hours, and I realized that that's quite long, and the the information that I wanted to relay ended up being towards the end. So what I'm going to do is, I was laughing because I'm going to talk to you about EV3 Suns. And because when I was on the bus, I was reading this book, and it says the three suns. Oh, I have to grab my book, but it says the three suns on page 98. And I actually just read the chapter in its entirety last night on camera, so you could see my reaction and everything like that. It's a phenomenal book. I've read a few really good books, but this is going to be one that I remember for the rest of my life. The Gods of Eden took me 6 months to read a 500-page book. It was a lot to process, and it was a lot of information that to the best of my ability, I would go and check, especially on these people that I had no idea who they were. I always recommend reading The Gods of Eden. And it talks about, in the end of The Gods of Eden, it's called the Supreme Deity. Just let me grab those two. I just woke up. I actually have to get up for work early, so I was up at 5:30, but it's 6:52 a.m. on January 28th. And I recorded that other video last night, so it kind of seems like the same lighting, but it's really just early in the morning. The sun hasn't risen yet. Oh, it's over here. So here they are. I know, I'm in my watermelon pants again. These are pajama pants. I love them. Um, so this is the book I wrote. It's not ready for sale. I wouldn't recommend it. It'd be a waste of your money right now anyway. I always tell people that. It's just not the way that I wanted it to be, but the point of me grabbing it was so that I could show you EV3 Suns. When I painted this, I didn't really realize why I painted three suns, and it always I would walk by it and I'd be like, three suns makes absolutely no sense every time I looked at it. So eventually I painted over it, which is a shame. But I have a picture here of it. It's in you can't hardly see because of the light. What can I do about that? Hold on. Hold on. Well, I went and I turned on every light that I could. So I hope it helps. Oh, it helps a little bit. So if you can see that in the sky there are painted three suns. Painted them years ago. And it says there, EBE, I call him. Extraterrestrial biological entity. I don't actually know. They never said that's what they're called, but that's how I identify them by name, and they're little. So they're little grays, little worker bee grays, and I said, three suns never made sense to me, though. Everything would be on fire. I think I have another. Did I not put it in here? I thought I did. Oh, there it is. There he is. He's just little. There's an Asura. A water mermaid alien. I just made that up. And the green one, too, I made up. There's actually a crab down there, and he's got one eye. I don't know if you can see him. He's an alien crab. It's right there. I made that up, too. Again, this is when I was thinking that they were aliens. And this is on the spaceship. And that is the ship's transport aquarium. But yeah, I said when I thought they were aliens, I drew this. They are dimensional beings to me now. Some are extraterrestrials. Possibly all etheric spiritual beings. But anyway, so I didn't really know about the three suns thing. It never made sense. But now it does. So what I'm going to do is, I brought the Gods of Eden here too. In the last, right here. The last chapter, so I can be sure. I'm pretty sure it's called the Supreme Being. 39 is Escape from Eden. Yeah. In chapter 40, The Nature of a Supreme Being. Yeah. Page 435. That was really good. I cried at the end of this book. It was so good. He even has like a little part to the researcher. And he says, "Thank you for staying with me. I realize many of the ideas I expressed have probably been as challenging for you to deal with as they were for me." And that's so true. Oh, it was such a nice read. And like I cried at the end. So let me read to you about the most important part. I can't read to you about the three suns, but I did read it in the entire chapter. I just forgot to mention about 83 suns. That's what I call them now. So this, I will, I always post the book, and that you can read for free. The link in the description box below. But this is on page 103. It's called Solar Colors. And this is why I did the photo shoot, and I did 3 different energies with 3 different background colors of yellow, red, and blue. I'm going to have to talk in another video about the generative forces and those cosmic forces and the energies in that. But this will help. So, solar colors. The theory so long held of 3 primary colors and 4 secondary colors is purely esoteric. For since the earliest periods, it has been known that there are 7, there's that number again, and not 3 primary colors, the human eye being capable of estimating only 3 of them. Thus, although green can be made by combining blue and yellow, there is also a true or primary green, which is not a compound. This can be proven by breaking up the spectrum with a prism. I have those in the window, light crystals that shine little like rainbow lights all over the room. It looks really pretty. With a prism. Helmholtz found that so-called secondary colors of the spectrum could not be broken up into their supposed primary colors. Thus, the orange of the spectrum, if passed through a secondary prism, does not break up into red and yellow, but remains orange. Consciousness, intelligence, and force, those 3 things are important, are fittingly symbolized by colors blue, yellow, and red. That's body, mind, and soul. Your spirit, your soul, is your consciousness. That is your energy. It's the only thing you can bring with you. The therapeutic effects of the colors, moreover, are in harmony with this concept, for blue is a fine, soothing, electrical color, yellow, a vitalizing and refining color, and red, an agitating and heat-giving color. It has also been demonstrated that minerals and plants affect the human constitution. I believe that's like in the 12-fold constitution of man, according to their colors. Thus, a yellow flower generally yields a medicine that affects the constitution in a manner similar to yellow light or the musical tone mi. Like this mi, rough, be, fuck, I don't even know them all. An orange flower will influence in a manner similar to orange light, and being one of the so-called secondary colors, corresponds either to the tone re or to the chord of do and mi. The ancients conceived the spirit of man to correspond with the color blue. Spirit, blue. The mind with yellow, and the body with red. Heaven is therefore blue, earth is yellow, and hell, to the underworld, or the underworld, red. The fiery condition of the inferno merely symbolizes the nature of the sphere or plane of force, of which it is composed. In the Greek mysteries, the irrational, like to rational, irrational, sphere was always considered as red, for it represented that condition in which the consciousness is enslaved by the lusts and passions of the lower nature, like the red planet Mars. And like that would be the god of war. It's very irrational, war. Where was I? Oh, come here, mister. Mister's in there, meow, I don't know what he's doing. Come here, bud. Oh, in India, certain of the gods, usually attributes of Vishnu, are depicted with blue skin. That's why they're blue, because they're spiritual. To signify their divine and supermundane constitution. According to esoteric philosophy, blue is the true and sacred color of the sun. I found a picture when I was looking into like Freemason stuff, and it's a picture of the sun, like a little embroidery that they put on their themselves or something, I don't know. It looks like a patch, and it says true blue in like a little sun emblem. I can actually maybe use that. No, I shouldn't use that, because I don't want to give people the impression that I am a Freemason. I'm just trying to show people what they fucking do, what they're doing, and how and why, and what it means. What it means, really. It's not like I'm trying to, like, anyway, carrying on. Because it's not that I agree with what they're doing. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why they weren't teaching this stuff. They want to keep that themselves, which is very selfish. Very Mars-like. So that's why they probably all go to Mars. Blue skin, okay, according to esoteric philosophy, blue is the true and sacred color of the sun. The apparent orange-yellow shade of this orb is the result of its rays being immersed in the substances of the illusionary world. Oh, earlier in the chapter it talks about there being a spiritual sun also. This chapter's amazing. So we're almost at 15 minutes. I have to finish. I said I can't go any longer than 15 minutes. People will watch it. So, okay. Substances of the illusionary world. In the original symbolism of the Christian Church, colors were of first importance, and their use was regulated accordingly to carefully prepared rules. Since the Middle Ages, however, the carelessness with which colors have been employed has resulted in the loss of their deeper emblematic meanings. In its primary aspect, white or silver signified light, purity, innocence, joy, and light. That's why I figure that in that picture, join the Jesus Space Army, he's in white. Red, the suffering and death of Christ and his saints, and also divine love. Red is the color of blood, and warfare or suffering. Blue, the heavenly sphere, and the states of godliness and contemplation. Yellow or gold, glory, fruitfulness, and goodness. green, fecundity, I don't know that word, fecundity, youthfulness and prosperity, violet, humility, deep affection and sorrow, black, death, destruction, and humiliation. In early church art, the colors of robes and ornaments also revealed whether a saint had been martyred, as well as the character of the work that he had done to deserve canonization. In addition to the colors of the spectrum, there are a vast number of vibratory color waves, some too low and others too high to be registered by the human optical apparatus, the eye. It is appalling to contemplate man's colossal ignorance concerning these vistas of abstract space. As in the past man explored unknown continents, so in the future, armed with curious implements fashioned for the purpose, he will explore these little-known fastnesses of light, color, sound, and consciousness. So I've gone 16 minutes. I didn't mean to. But I really hope that that intrigues you to watch this longer video, even if you're just listening to it, or to go read it yourself. I really read it because I figure maybe people can't get the thing downloaded on their phone, or it costs too much data, or for whatever reason you're giving yourselves and to not study, because ignorance is a very big problem. And regarding cosmic forces, I actually have my whiteboard full of the red and blue and the fire and ice polarity forces. I did make a video also on the polarities and how it relates to a pole shift, which, could be just the shift of, going from this Kali Yuga cycle of like the Dark Ages, from the Age of Deception into Satyuga, Satyug. It's the golden age of truth. That's the same thing, a polarity flip, going from one state of existence to another kind of living. And that's what we're talking about. So we're talking about this kind of a shift. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you at least read the chapter, because it's phenomenal. I'm learning so much from the book. And yeah, I'm back to looking how I normally do. But I dress up and I look nice, huh? So, I appreciate that. It's kind of annoying that well, never mind. I'm glad everybody appreciated it. Yeah. So enjoy. Take care. Thanks for listening. Bye. Because, looks aren't everything. Like, that's why I made this, so that people could see that there's more to me. Okay. Love you. Bye.